Welcome to 30-Second Chances, where we ask deep, inquisitive questions and give our guests far too little time to formulate thoughtful, reflective answers. My guest today is renowned keyboardist and technology wizard Jerry Kovarsky. How you doing, Jerry?
Doing great, Daniel. Hope you are too.
Thank you, I am. Okay, you know the drill. 30 seconds on the clock and on to the next question. Are you ready?
Can't wait.
Question number 1. How has the shutdown impacted your work?
Well, a lot of my work these days actually is playing, gigging as a itinerant musician. So there is no work. I'm completely wiped out. My calendar is bare. From solo piano to playing in bands, there is nothing. I live on Maui, and we are very tourism-based, and there is no tourism, so it's dried up. I do some writing, and I'm able to still do that work, thankfully, so I'm making a little...
Question 2. What have you been doing to pivot and adapt your skills to the current reality?
Trying to get online and do a little video like I'm doing with you, turning my garage music space into a viable, visible place. But luckily, there's still some projects that are coming along that take advantage of my writing skills and my knowledge, so I haven't pivoted enough yet. My pivot is still to come.
Your pivot is still to come. I like that. Okay. We'll wait for the buzzer. Here it is. Question 3. What do you think the recovery is going to look like for our industry?
Oh, well, there's kind of two sides to that. Reading articles, I'm seeing that product sales, the channel, seems to actually be doing very well, fabulously well. I don't know if that can be maintained, but that's doing great. For touring, performing, recording, I'm very scared for the near future. Could be upwards of a year before we really get to what you might even begin to call a new normal, whatever that's going to be. And it certainly won't be normal.
Question 4. What are you working on now?
I do a bunch of writing. I do a monthly blog for Yamaha. I still write the blog for Yamaha is on general keyboard skills. I write a long-standing column on the art of synth soloing for Electronic Musician magazine. And luckily, some people are sending me music that I can play and send them back stems. I wish they actually paid, but at least it's nice to be making music, albeit alone.
Question 5. If you could collaborate with one person, living or dead, who would it be?
Wow, that's interesting. Kind of weird imagery, collaborating with a dead person. You know, if I had to pick one, there's so many running through my mind. I would probably pick pianist Bill Evans, an absolute seminal influence for me as I migrated from rock over to jazz. And I don't know if you'd call it collaboration, but boy, would I love to sit side by side at a piano and just soak him in and ask him questions.
Okay, I'm going to put 30 seconds more on the clock, and I'm going to have you answer whatever question you think I should have asked you that I didn't. And go.
Wow, now you're really throwing me for a loop here. What question should you have asked me? How can people contact me to get me to work for them? How can they pivot to include me in their work and their careers?
That's a great question, and we'll even put your contact information on the bottom of the frame for people to look at. How's that?
Right. We can't be shy about putting ourselves out there, right?
Absolutely. There goes the buzzer. And I can give you another just kind of crazy question, just for the hell of it here.
Yeah. Have fun. You know. I'm not blathering long enough to be interrupted.
That's true. You should stretch these out even longer. Okay, how about this? If you could have one weird superpower, what would it be?
Wow. Well, let me see. When I was a gawky adolescent, I know how I would have answered that, but that's not really safe for sharing anymore. If I have one superpower, I think it would be to be able to transport in time. I would love to be able to go to so many different places, from being able to see the Beatles, who I never got to see, to going back and seeing Bach perform an improvisation in a church to go. Oh, I have so many more.
Oh yeah, you and me both, man. Yeah, that's actually, I've thought about that a lot too. You know, not only the musician aspect of it, but just, you know, go back in time and buy Apple stock or something. You know.
There you go. Yes, I was being too art based. Let's get a little.
See that? See that? That's why we're starving artists, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for playing our game. I appreciate it. It's great to have you, and we'll be sure and be back in touch for a real interview very soon.
So, what do I win?
My undying gratitude. A baby's arm holding an apple.
I gotta call my agent. This is not what I expected at all.